All right, Summer, we're live.
We're live.
Welcome.
That's
So
exciting.
I didn't even tell you this, but I'm doing 30 podcasts in 30 days in December.
Cool.
So this is part of that series. I think this is going to be the ninth released in a row.
Awesome.
So it's a lot. I'm a little stressed with work and life,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, your aunt thought that you would be a great person to come on and
Oh,
that you have a really interesting journey. And
yeah.
as I was saying, I know little bits and pieces from people and from your TikTok, but
Mm-hmm.
we can start wherever. I kind of think it would be interesting to start at the beginning of just your health journey and what happened and just hearing all of that. We'll go from there.
Yeah. Gosh, I was how old was I? I was 15. It was my 15th birthday, actually, was the day that
Makes it
I,
easy to remember at least.
yeah, I woke up on my 15th birthday and I was like, oh gosh, I do not feel good. My mom took me to the ER and, um, yeah, I was
Wait, what was wrong? So you woke up and you were just
just
like,
like severe pain, like passing out, like couldn't stay conscious.
oh,
I was I don't know how graphic I can get on here, but
as much as you want.
I was like bleeding a lot. Um and my mom was like, "Okay, we're going to the ER right now." She took me to the
So
ER
have
and
you were you having anything prior to this, or was it until
no,
you
it was
woke
like
up on
a
your 15th birthday?
well, there was like a little bit. Like I
Mm.
had stomach aches. I'd had just like some like pain, ache. I was like, "Gosh, I just have like a cold or the flu or something." That's weird in May, but
Yeah.
but then like it got really bad like on my 15th birthday and I like couldn't even sit up and my mom was like, "We're going now." Like
So
picked
you
me up, put me in the car.
so what happened when you went to the ER?
I went to the ER. They were like, "Okay, your hemoglobin is so low. Like you're losing blood really fast." They did a bunch of tests and they were like, "Okay, like we think you might have Crohn's disease or ulcerative
Mm.
colitis. Let's get you into a colonoscopy right now." And I was diagnosed that day on my 14th on my 15th birthday.
So what exactly is Crohn's disease?
Yeah, so it's an autoimmune disease, which means your immune system kind of just goes haywire and it starts attacking something that it shouldn't. So usually it attacks like the bacteria, the
Mm-hmm.
germs, like that's what fights for you when
So
you
like in
get
someone
sick.
without it, yeah, that's the mechanism
That's the mechanism
to
that,
become healthy.
yeah, that
But
like beats the
your body gets
illness.
confused and just starts attacking healthy cells.
Yes, so it started attacking my cells in my digestive tract.
Mm.
Um, so that's what it was deciding to attack, which sucked. um, but yeah, it went from like totally healthy playing volleyball. I had verbally committed to like a D1 school like a month
No
before,
way. What school?
UC Davis.
Oh yeah.
And then
Wow, that
like
sucks.
within a month I was like, I'm in the hospital, I'm losing weight, I'm losing blood. And then all of a sudden they're like, we have to take out your colon. What do you mean you have to take out my colon?
You're like, I didn't know you could just take out a colon.
Right. I was like, this is all new information. Like, you're telling me that my
Oh,
colon is about to get a hole in it. You need to take it out. Like, crazy stuff. I'm like, guys, this is not the trajectory I was on at all. How do we end up here? Um, but we decided to get a second opinion, and that's how I ended up at Cedar Sinai in LA, getting a second opinion. And there was a great doctor there, Dr. Ziering.
shout out.
Shout out Dr. Ziering. I will always give that man a shout out. He
Do
saved my life in numerous
you
ways.
call him
Like
Dr. Z or do you do the
Dr.
full?
Dr. Z, Dr. Z, Dr. Ziering. Yeah, he's great. Um, yeah, he really tried to save my colon. He was like, "We're gonna do it. Try to do everything we can to make sure that you can keep it." I really didn't want an ostomy bag. Do you know what
N-
an ostomy bag is?
a little bit,
Yeah,
but you can clarify for anyone listening.
yeah. An ostomy bag is um, there are lots of different types of ostomies and stomas, but for me, it was going to be an ileostomy bag, which means that they put a piece of the small intestine on the outside of my body. Um,
Which is such a crazy concept.
Crazy concept, awesome medical innovation. Like it saves
Yeah.
people's lives all the time. But for me, it was going to be my small intestine on the outside of my body, like on my abdomen. It was going to be sticking out, and it was just going to help like the rest of my digestive tract heal the parts that were damaged, couldn't use. Um, and you'd like put a bag over it, which is like where you get the ostomy bag part, to catch like any of the output that the small
Mm.
intestine had. Um, so at like 15, volleyball player, I was like, I do not want that. Like, do not give me
So
that.
was this all in the span of like a month? Uh,
Yeah. So I was diagnosed on May 31st, my birthday, and then I was admitted to the hospital on July 5th, my dad's birthday.
Oh, wow.
Wild. And it's easy to remember it all though.
You're like, oh, you don't have good luck with birthdays in your
No,
family.
not that year. Not that year at all. But yeah, and then so they were trying to save my colon since I was admitted, and then on July 24th, they're like, it's just we can't save it. We're sorry. We're gonna.
Dr. Z tried.
Dr. Z tried, but then the surgeon came in. He
That is a
was
scary
like,
thought. Like, hey, we're gonna remove a.
yeah, a whole organ.
Oh,
Wild. But he was like,
yeah, those are words
we
you
gotta
hope
get it
you never
out.
have to hear.
He was
Hey,
like,
we're gonna have to remove one of your
yeah.
organs.
And
You're
he
like,
was like this surgeon was like a big guy. He was like 6'6", and he like burst in. He was like, we gotta take you to the operating room now. It was like something out of like a medical drama. Just
yeah.
like, this is crazy. But yeah, did it. Took out the whole thing. Took out the whole colon. And I ended up with an ostomy bag.
So
Yeah.
I'm assuming the answer is obviously, but what is like taking out your colon? What are the effects of that?
Yeah. So taking out the colon.
Also, ignore my little sister. She just keeps making noise. I'm gonna yell at her real quick. Kenna, stop! I'm recording a podcast. My little sister playing piano. No, I don't edit these at all, so that'll be included.
I'll be included.
You can't really hear mostly, but it is distracting. So
Yeah.
sorry, I just had to scream at her.
No.
But anyways, what? So like, yeah, what? I didn't know you could get a colon removed. And
Well,
then,
I didn't either.
So
No
what
one would
is that
think you can
like?
live without your colon, which
Yeah.
also it's the same thing as your large intestine. So I'll use those like interchangeably. They're
Yeah,
the same
yeah.
organ, but basically it just means you can't eat a lot of food. It's a lot harder to digest things. You have like a lot faster metabolism. You go to the bathroom a lot more. It's hard to live without a colon. Like it's not.
It's not ideal.
It's
to
not ideal
for anyone
at
thinking
all.
of getting
For
their
anyone
colon
thinking of
removed for
getting their
fun.
colon removed.
Just
Um,
don't unless Dr. Z says you have to.
Don't unless Dr. Z said you have to. But also there are great medical innovations of like, thank goodness we have.
Whereas
surgeons
100 years
that-
ago, you're dead.
Right, like 100 years ago, like the Crohn's disease is just gonna like eat away at your digestive tract.
So is Crohn's? Is it genetic? Is it kind of just random? Or I don't even know if I'm
It's
using the right words,
kinda-
but
Yeah, there's like a lot of research on it that maybe autoimmune diseases are genetic, but they're not sure.
So is
like,
it? It's not
which
curable.
one. No.
It's just you try your best to manage it.
You try your best to manage it. So the medication that I was put on to like stop the progression of it is called Stelara, which is an immunosuppressant. So basically it just like says no immune system. It just gets rid of it.
So that makes you really susceptible
Yeah.
to any sort of
Totally.
sickness or. So is it like for you, if you get the flu, is that particularly problematic?
Oh yeah, totally.
So what do you do? All right. Yeah.
You just try to avoid it as much as I can. I take like nutrients and vitamins to try and like boost other ways to fight illnesses. But like just when was it? Last spring. Yeah, I got strep throat and was hospitalized for 18 days just because I can't.
18 days?
Well, there's a lot of other stuff in that. They tried to fix it.
Yeah.
And it went wrong.
Well, I'm
blah,
just
blah.
thinking
But
like it's crazy.
yeah.
I had a cold like 2 weeks ago and it wasn't even that bad. And I remember like it was just awful. I felt terrible. I was like, this sucks. I miss
Yeah.
being healthy. Whereas like that's just, oh my God, that's crazy. Like
Yeah.
like a little cold for a healthy person sucks. I can't imagine.
yeah, it's just like scary because like all of a sudden I have 104-degree fever. My mom's like, if it lasts for more than 12 hours, go to the hospital, and then it does. And I'm like,
So
oh
if you
my
get
gosh.
sick, basically you don't have an immune system to fight
Right.
against the
Right.
whatever it is. Oh
Mhm.
wow. Okay, well where were we in the journey? So your colon got removed.
My colon got removed. Wild. Woke up without a colon with an ostomy bag. And I'm just like laying there.
Did you like
what do you
wait, this might be a
mean?
weird question, but did you like weigh less because they just took out an organ?
Probably. Well, I'd also been like losing a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Like when I went into surgery, I weighed like 90 pounds.
What?
Like I have pictures of like
'Cause you
can,
just couldn't
see
eat,
my
right?
cheekbones. Right. Like I couldn't eat anything. I was on what's called TPN, which is basically like they feed you through an IV.
oh my God.
Like I was really sick. And this actually leads into like how we even got to meeting up in Paris, because going into the surgery, my mom's like, what do you want to do when you make it out of the surgery? I said, I want to go to Paris.
I didn't know you were
And then,
going through all that when
yeah.
so for
So
anyone
then we
listening,
ended up,
our families were, we think in Paris, but
we
we're,
think
may
Paris
have
or
been,
Rome.
yeah, may have been Rome.
Yeah.
Either way, we met. I didn't know that was going on then.
Yeah. So that
Wow.
was like my wish going into surgery was
Well, at
like,
least you got to go to Europe. That's
yeah.
good.
And then
I've
I
talked
made it
about that
out.
on this podcast. So it was my first time out of the country and how
Yeah.
amazing of a trip it was.
Yeah.
So,
That was such a great trip.
okay. Wow.
But yeah, that's where the Paris idea came from. Was I was like, I want to go to Paris if I
So
make it out
that's
of
why
this
your family
surgery.
was there at the same time because
Yeah.
you're like, Mom, Dad,
Yeah.
this has been absolutely awful. Take me to Paris.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, how nice that they did it.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what's
Um,
next?
Yeah. Ended up.
Say hi, Kenna.
Hi.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, came out of surgery. That was my first surgery, and then there was some.
I've never had
complications.
surgery, but I imagine
Never
it's
had
a very
surgery.
scary experience.
Yeah.
Like, do they just
Well,
knock you out?
they just knock you out. Like it goes so fast. Like you're out so fast.
Oh, it's like the
And-
movies. They're like counting like 3, 2, 1. You're just
No, but you don't even hear the 3, 2, 1. It's like literally the anesthesiologist is like, okay, I'm gonna put this mask on your face. You might feel some burning, gone. Like just gone.
That's how
Like,
you
the
want it to be,
second
though.
It hits like the
Just
propofol hits your
knock me
veins,
out.
just
Yeah.
out. Yeah. So that's how it was for me. And then yeah. Woke up out of surgery, and then here's another crazy thing. They let me see my colon.
It's
that's
like when you get
so-
your wisdom teeth removed,
Right,
they
like,
give it to you.
your wisdom teeth.
They just were like, look at it.
Well, so after I'd like woken up for surgery, it was like, okay. I was like freaking out. I was like, did we make the right decision? Like, I have this poop bag on my stomach. I'm like 15 years old. Like, I was freaking out. And they were like, no, like it perforated. Like you got a hole in your colon. Like
Yeah.
you were gonna go into septic shock and die without taking it out. Like,
Oh,
do
wow.
you want
Well,
to
that
see it?
that makes you feel better, though, I guess, because there
Yeah.
was no alternative.
There was no.
They're not like,
alternative.
oh, yeah, sorry, this one's pretty healthy. We
Yeah.
yeah, let's try to put it back real quick. Like,
Yeah, but they were like, we still have it. Like a week after surgery.
so you were kind of
I
a
was-
week
like,
after
a
surgery.
week after surgery.
Why?
I was like
Why
contemplating
though?
everything. Well, they do like biopsies
Tests
on
and-
it, tests. Like they take it to study Crohn's disease, all this
That makes
kind
sense.
of stuff. And they're like, we have it in the lab. Like you should see it. And I was like,
How
you're
was it seeing
crazy.
it?
And then they were like, go see it. So they took me to the basement of the hospital to see my colon, and like the laboratory guy was pointing out. He was like, this is where it perforated. These are where the ulcers were. This is where the like colon was diseased. And then he was like, and here's your appendix. I was like, you took out my appendix too? He's like, yeah, like
Well,
your,
because your appendix doesn't do anything, right?
your appendix doesn't do anything. And
So they
the-
just took
the
it out. They're
only-
like, we're already
but the thing
coming
is,
in here.
the only thing it's attached to is the colon.
Oh,
So
interesting. So
You
they
don't
had to
take
take
out
it
the
out.
appendix; it'd just be floating around in there.
Ah,
So,
but
they had to
that's a
take
good
it
thing.
out.
At least you never have to worry about
Never have to worry about
appendicitis. Is a crazy
appendicitis.
thing too,
That's crazy.
because it's really
Yeah.
sudden.
Really
And I
sudden.
had it happened to one of my friends. He was like in high school. He was out at a college campus, and then
Yeah.
he just had this crazy pain,
No,
and
it
he
happened
was
so fast. Yeah.
so. I mean, not that it's positive that you got your colon taken out, but
Yeah.
might as well take out the appendix while you're at it.
Right.
But that'd be a really surreal experience. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Like, that's just such a strange scenario. You're in a hospital basement looking at your own colon and appendix.
Yeah.
That's
What?
insane.
But it was actually so therapeutic because I was like, had so much closure. Which was like, yeah, like I did.
you got to say bye.
I did make the right decision.
No, that part, like, psychologically, that makes you feel so much better.
Yeah.
The guy's like, look, this was all messed up. You were gonna
Yeah.
die.
Yeah,
if we
pretty
didn't do
much.
this.
That's what they said.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I got better.
Okay.
That's like the crazy thing, because it was just like my Crohn's symptoms like significantly improved after getting it taken out, because it wasn't attacking it anymore. I had to find something else to attack, but by then I had already been on the immunosuppression,
yeah.
so it was like calming down. So
Oh wow.
yeah, left the hospital with an ostomy bag, doing great. Went back to playing volleyball. But I made the decision that I didn't want my ostomy bag to be permanent. So they were able to do like this 3-step surgery to like take out the colon, then create this thing called a J pouch, which is like an internal pouch. And then they would able to put the small intestine that was on the outside of my body back in. and
Okay.
like reconnect everything. So I didn't have the bag anymore.
Which sounds, yeah, it sounds
Yeah.
good. You know,
And a lot of people choose to go that route, like,
I feel like
because
just logistically too, like having to
yeah,
manage that and
yeah. I mean, ostomy bags, like once you learn to live with it, like
yeah.
it's just like it's a new normal. But honestly, there's some perks to it, um, which is like funny to say, but like yeah, like ostomy bags are great medical innovations. Like if you need one, it'll be like hard to transition, but then like it's just a new way of living and you're
Yeah, what's
healthy.
the like you have to get used to it.
Yeah, and it's like you're healthy. You can eat what you want. You can do what you want. There are like so many great like
Oh,
influencers with
yeah.
ostomy bags. Like,
Well,
yeah,
and for you, like you're losing weight, you can't eat, you're
yeah,
miserable versus all right, I have an ostomy
totally.
bag, but I can actually eat and I feel normal.
Yeah,
Like you take that all day.
yeah, totally. Um, yeah, but I was like, if I can get it removed, like I should. Like it's
Yeah.
expensive to get the medical supplies. Um, it's like hard when they leak and all this stuff. So I decided to do like another 3 surgeries to get it
So it took,
reversed.
so when you said 3 steps, it's 3 surgeries
Yeah.
to reverse it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what was
It
that
was
like?
yeah, wild. They were a lot easier though. They did them laparoscopically. They
Yeah.
didn't have to
Well,
make
and you don't feel like you're dying like you did
right. You like
before.
go in healthier. They're pretty fast. Like only in the hospital for like 3-4 days.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
another, I didn't even think about this, but that your first surgery, like your immune system was so weak, you were so
Yeah.
weak, like infection's a huge concern, anything going wrong with the
Yeah.
surgery. This
Totally.
feels a lot lower risk.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
It
until
was.
it goes wrong.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh.
is this coming?
Yes, this is
Oh,
coming.
okay.
So yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wild. But in November, so I had my colon taken out in July of 2018. November 2018, I had like the internal J pouch created. While that healed, I still had an ostomy bag. So when we were in Paris for Christmas at that weird Viking restaurant,
Yep. We
I
are,
still had an ostomy
yeah,
bag.
with the buffet.
Yeah.
I didn't see, I didn't even know. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. I mean, like,
I guess it's not something you like just, I don't know, like
well, we'll get to this, but like my second and third time around with an ostomy bag, which we can get to. But like I like showed it off. Like I wanted to like be wearing crop tops and stuff. Like
Yeah.
cuz I was like proud of how far
yeah.
I'd come. But yeah, like that first time around like in Paris, like I was so embarrassed about it. Like I was going to do everything I could to hide it like while in Europe and stuff. But when we got back from Europe is when I had what we call the takedown surgery, which is where they take the ostomy bag off and put the intestines back in and like reconnect everything.
Wild.
So that was my last surgery in January, and then yeah, in February of 2019, like a month after that,
Yeah.
I got what's called an intestinal obstruction, and like my intestines just got blocked off. Couldn't
It doesn't
eat.
sound good.
No, really bad. Went to the hospital. Like they had to figure out what was going on, which was crazy. And I ended up starting to get intestinal obstructions every month after that.
Oh, that's so bad. One of the worst
What?
things is intermittently being punished. Like you're just
Right.
like it keeps happening, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible. It's like every day you
Just
wake up, you're like, oh God.
yeah, like I was just waiting for the next intestinal obstruction, and I'd have to be hospitalized every time I got one because I couldn't eat. Like
What do they
couldn't keep
do
anything down.
when you're
They give you
hospitalized?
I mean, so many like CT scans, MRIs, X-rays to like try and figure out what was going wrong. I did like crazy experimental CT scans where they would like flip me upside down while drinking water to see how
While
the
drinking
water
water?
was flowing through my intestines and to track it kind of thing, like wild stuff. The radiologist was awesome.
She was probably like, this is way
Yeah.
more fun than what I
No,
normally do.
it was like all experimental stuff, but they were like, we don't know why you're getting intestinal obstructions like so
That's also the
off-
scariest part though.
often. Yeah.
So
It
at
was
least if you know, like,
right.
here's
and
how
they,
we
they
address it.
couldn't figure it out. We're just like,
Are you
like,
guys messing with
wild
me? You just
stuff.
want to see me drinking water upside down? Like, what are we doing?
I don't know what but no one could figure it out. We called in like so many specialists to try and figure out like why I was getting these. I went to New York in the middle of COVID because there was this IBD specialist there who thought he could do this experimental.
What's IBD?
Inflammatory bowel disease.
Gotcha.
Which is
Oh, you're good.
Crohn's disease.
I work in a field
Yeah.
where there's a ton of acronyms, and I know hospitals have them too, and
Yeah.
you would be much more familiar than most people.
No, but it's important to explain. But yeah, IBD, inflammatory bowel disease. There's 2 inflammatory bowel disease: Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And New York has a good specialist.
And New
He's
York
no
has a
Dr. Z,
good-
but he does
No
what he
Dr. Z. No. Love Dr. Z. But yeah, New York had a specialist. He like tried an experimental surgery. It didn't work. We were just like racking our brains. I went to Vanderbilt, like just all over the
can.
country.
The word
trying to
experimental
figure
in
it.
this context is also crazy. Because
Yeah.
there's like,
well, they were just like
'cause-
coming up with things on the spot.
yeah,
of,
because like experimental is, you know, good if you're talking about like a podcast or like music.
Right.
Not
No,
like
but,
they
like-
don't know what's wrong with me. They're doing surgeries that are
Like, they're
experimental.
about to put me asleep and put rubber bands in my intestine. What do you mean? Like, this is wild. Yeah, I was like a little guinea pig, but I was willing to do anything.
Well,
to
yeah,
try
you're
and
like, help me
figure it
feel
out.
better.
Yeah, I was like, I really want to feel better.
Yeah. That's why I had Dave Wisner, who I'm sure
Yeah.
you know the Wisners, him on the
Mhm.
podcast, and he's at the stage where he's doing experimental stuff
Yeah.
too for his cancer. And he was like, they said there might be 30 side effects. I've had all of them and then 10 more that they didn't even know about.
Yeah.
But I think it's looking good now that it's actually working. But yeah,
Yeah,
he was,
happy to hear that.
it's just
But-
crazy being on that. Like,
Yeah.
that's such a scary side to be, that you have such a complex medical problem
Yeah.
that no one really knows. They're kind of just guessing and trying
Mhm.
their best.
Yeah. But it's also like really incredible, these minds coming together to try and
Yeah.
save you. So, and I was willing to do it. Like, I wasn't like gonna give up or anything or just succumb to the constant intestinal obstructions. I was like, I'll try anything.
Because they're so aversive, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, like I couldn't eat, like just wild stuff. And then, gosh, I'm trying to remember like what we even did next, but we did like more surgeries. I went back to the ostomy bag because they wanted to figure out like if that was gonna help. So that's where like the second ostomy bag comes in. I had that one for about a year while they were just like trying to figure out why, and I kept getting them and they couldn't figure out why.
Over a year.
Yeah, even with the ostomy bag, which was like super unique. And this went all the way into, gosh, 2021. I was getting intestinal obstructions. So for a long time, for like 3 years, intestinal obstructions. They couldn't figure out why. And then eventually I just started being denied by doctors. Like all my doctors just kind of started to give up on me. Everyone except Dr. Z.
Except Dr. Z.
Except Dr. Z. That's
Coming
why I
back.
say he's the best. He's like the all-star of doctors. But yeah, like people started giving up on me. It sucked.
Well, they were just like,
They were
can't
just like, we can't
help you.
do it anymore.
Mhm.
There were some doctors who I would like go see and they'd look at my chart and they'd be like, well, you're just faking it.
What?
Or they accuse my mom of having Munchausen syndrome by proxy, which is like,
So I investigate child abuse. I don't know
Oh,
if
you
you
do?
even know
Okay.
that. But wow, that's quite the accusation.
yeah. And you know my mom, like, she's a nurse. Like, she is like, was like, are you kidding me right
But
now?
a doctor said, like, you're faking this?
Yeah. Yeah, they thought I was drug seeking, coming to the ER just to get painkillers. And I was like, I literally have an intestinal obstruction and I'm throwing up. Like, I can't fake that.
Yeah.
What are you talking about right now?
That's crazy. So, like,
Yeah.
how did they tell you exact? I'm curious, like, what they actually said to you.
Just like, just nurses coming and be like, the doctor's refusing to see you, or sorry, you've been put as an chart check only patient, which means they don't want to come see you. They're only going to ever look at your chart. Or
Your
just-
chart's probably like a book by
Oh
now.
my
Maybe
gosh.
maybe some of them are like,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I don't
Um,
have time to read it.
yeah, right. Which was just like really sad and just.
That's
led to-
awful though.
yeah,
What a terrible feeling.
yeah.
Like something's seriously wrong,
Mhm.
and the people who are supposed to help are saying you may be faking it. We think your mom's making you sick. Like,
Yeah, just wild.
except for
stuff.
Dr. Z.
Except for Dr. Z. Right. He's the best. He tried everything. Gosh, he was going to every doctor around the country trying to figure out what they could do to help me. Like, gosh, he was just the best. Like, I cannot stop telling you how great that man is. Yeah, I was never a chart check only patient for him. He came in every single day to hospital rooms to see me. Like, yeah, always cheering me on. But it was in 2021, like at the end of 2021, maybe the beginning of 2022. Around that time. Somewhere in that time where I got COVID.
Oh, and
And
this is with, yeah.
in this I was on immunosuppressants. It was really bad.
Yeah.
I had to be hospitalized for it. And my mom couldn't come with me. She would always stay in the hospital
Because of their protocols?
because like when you have COVID, you have to be put into an isolation room. No one's allowed to come in. When the nurses do come in, they're like in freaking hazmat suits and stuff, like what you see in like the COVID documentaries and stuff. Like that was me. And
God, that's another terrifying part too, because it's scary having that, and then also your mom sounds like one of your biggest supports, and you can't even have that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, but I had COVID, and it wasn't even an intestinal obstruction. It was just like really sick. And
well, your body just has no way to defend.
Just no way to defend it. But Dr. Searing still came and checked on me and put on the hazmat suit and like came and hung out with me because he knew I wasn't allowed to have visitors and stuff. And then I got better. They discharged me from the hospital. My mom picked me up. And if you're familiar with like California highways, we were like driving up the 101, like in Ventura area. And Dr. Ziering calls us like an hour after I've been discharged. He goes, "Can you turn around?" Can we turn around? Like,
only for you, Dr.
We're on our
Z.
way home from LA, the LA hospitals to Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
And you're like, "What do you mean turn around?" He was like, "Can you go to LAX?" And we were like, "Go to LAX? Like, what's at LAX?" He's like, "You need to fly to Cleveland Clinic tonight."
Tonight?
You're like, "Cleveland Clinic in Ohio?" And he's like, "Yeah, like get to Ohio tonight. There's a doctor who knows what's wrong with you."
Why was it so urgent though?
Well, because they were worried I was going to get another intestinal obstruction.
Oh, so he's like,
I was getting them like every month.
Yeah.
And this time I wasn't even hospitalized for intestinal obstruction, but Dr. Ziering was just like still trying to find
So did
anything.
you guys turn around, got tickets?
We turned around, drove to LAX, and we were like running through the airport, like next tickets to Cleveland, next tickets to Cleveland. And we jumped on a flight to Cleveland, and it was like pouring rain, of course, like the one time it rains in LA. But we flew to Cleveland. We landed in Cleveland. There was like a shuttle waiting for us. They took us to a hotel. The next morning, this doctor, who I'm also going to name drop, Dr. Holobar, because he's also awesome.
Okay, good. I'm like,
yeah.
Dr. H.
Dr. H. We got Dr. Z and Dr. H. Dr. Holobar, he met with me, did a bunch of tests.
So he's the guy who told
Cleveland
Dr. Z, like, I think I know what's up.
Yeah, totally. But I met with him. He did a bunch of tests. And he was like, "I know what's wrong with you. Like, I know what's causing the intestinal obstruction."
You're like, those are the best words I've ever heard in my life. Continue.
Okay, like, what do we need to do? He's like, "It's like a 12-hour surgery. I need to cut you from sternum, like, down past your belly button to fix it." And I was like, what?
Just the thought for the doctor doing a 12-hour surgery.
Right. Like, I was like,
don't you get tired? You gotta eat.
Mean? Right?
Like,
and I was like,
go to the
what
bathroom?
do you mean? Like, this is insane. He was like, I was like, so what's going on? Like, what are you gonna fix? He was like, when your J pouch, the internal J pouch, almost 4 years ago at this point was put in. They put it in backwards. And it was, hence why I didn't name drop other surgeons.
Yeah.
But it was put in backwards and like twisted.
So
and
that's what
the pouch got twisted. And every time I would eat, food would get stuck.
And it was such
get an intestinal obstruction.
Like, it sounds, I guess, simple in hindsight, but no one was operating under, well, it was put in backwards.
No,
so that's why
no
one
one thought that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did he deduce that? Or why did Dr. H, did he have another client that?
Yeah. So he was noticing these patterns in people after colectomies moving on to the J pouch of their getting intestinal obstructions. And so he was like, I gotta cut into one of them and see what's going on. And he had this theory that they were being put in backwards and that they were getting twisted. That it's like when they put in the J pouch, they kind of like make a J out of your small intestine and then they like put it in the bottom of your pelvic floor. But they do it laparoscopically. And so when they're doing it,
or what does that mean?
Little incisions, like very little incisions using cameras to see what they're doing on the inside. And so they like create the pouch on the inside and then they push it down to the pelvic floor. But when you do that, there's like apparently this moment where you can't see where you're putting the pouch. And as like the surgeon on top is pushing it down to the bottom of the pelvic floor, the surgeon at like the bottom of the body is like trying to receive it. And in that moment, if it gets twisted, there's going to get a kink in the pouch.
And no one can really tell because
no one can really tell because there's a lack of visibility during the surgery.
Yeah.
So Dr. Holvar's telling me all of this, and he's like, but I can fix it. And so I was like, okay. Like,
those
I've
are the best
done
words,
enough.
though.
Yeah.
Like if he just told you that, yeah, you're screwed. You're like,
yeah.
Oh, no. Well, that's really interesting because, like, surgeons, doctors are super motivated not to harm patients.
Yeah.
And they're super motivated not to put your J pouch in backwards.
Totally.
So the fact that it's an operation where that happens, and unfortunately it's cases like yours, but I hope Dr. H or whoever was able to spread information that's helped people who do these procedures be aware, like, we need to be really cautious to not put these in backwards.
Yeah. And I was only like his, I don't know. I think he said something like 6th or 7th patient he'd found with this.
That feels like a lot, though, because how many people get that procedure?
Well, this wasn't even unique to the surgeon that did my original surgery. Like, this was just happening everywhere just because of the technique that had been used for J pouches.
Yeah, which highlights again how they don't want to harm patients.
They don't want to. No, there was no harm.
It's just in the procedure.
Yeah, like my surgeon was like said to be the best colorectal surgeon in the U.S. Like, yeah, it was just put in backwards, and he didn't know. But yeah, Dr. Holbar, he did the surgery, and I was out for days afterwards. But apparently my mom, like when she tells
because you were just on so many prescriptions.
Like, I had been cut like.
I mean, a 12-hour surgery.
The way open. Yeah. They had like
let's knock you out for a little while.
Completely.
Oh, was it? It had to be painful.
Yeah. It was definitely the most painful of all my surgeries. So leading up to that, I had 10 surgeries. Trying to figure things out. So this
You're
was
like
my
double
11th
digits.
surgery. Yeah, but apparently when he was done with the surgery, I was like in the post-op room. He came out to my mom and he was like, I fixed her. And my mom was like, what? Like, that's amazing. Yeah, and then I woke up and I had an ostomy bag again. So that they could like let it all heal before I started using the internal J pouch again. And then 3 months later, I went back to Dr. Holbar to take down my ostomy bag again. And he did it and put me back together. And I haven't had an intestinal obstruction since.
No way.
And he did.
Dr. H.
Me. Dr. H at Cleveland Clinic.
Because
and
of Dr. Z.
Because Dr. Z didn't give up on me and he looked for surgeons.
Wow, that's
to fix
amazing.
me. Like these two men, like absolutely saved my life. Like they're incredible. And
that gives me chills.
I know. And they're like super nice, like down to earth people too.
Well,
like,
that helps a lot too, right?
Like,
because even if you have a really good doctor, if they're just rude or like very factual, that's off-putting.
Yeah. Totally. And it's like, I don't know, I feel like it helps with like the healing process and stuff to have like a doctor who wants to check up on you and help you and stuff.
I mean like psychologically stuff matters too, how you feel about things and recovery. And I mean, that's why placebo is so powerful.
Yeah.
So if you have a doctor who explains this to you in a way that makes sense and is compassionate and you're going to be okay, like it might actually lead to better outcomes.
Yeah.
Than if it was the exact same procedure and you have a doctor who's not so nice.
Yeah, totally.
Wow.
So
I've been to the hospital one time. Well, one time in my entire life for me personally. I've been more for work and family and other stuff. And it was actually in Cleveland, Ohio.
No way.
On 4th of July. It was the dumbest thing. I was running up the stairs in my hotel in flip-flops with my little brother. We went to the hotel pool and my flip-flop got caught and it was like a concrete but kind of jagged stair and it ripped my big toe open.
Oh,
so I had to get stitches, but which is nothing compared to your 12-hour surgery and other stuff. But it's funny that Cleveland, Ohio, so one hospital I've been to on July 3rd at like midnight. I mean, they had the C team in there.
Yeah.
That was it. It was actually really painful getting stitches in my big toe.
Oh yeah. No, stitches are hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming from you. Okay. It makes me feel better.
No,
and we told Dave that
that's
too,
intense.
who's a trauma surgeon. And he's like, ooh, lidocaine and stitches in the big toe. He's like, yeah, that's painful.
Oh, lidocaine in the
Like,
big toe.
way
I've
to
had
make me
surgery
feel-
on my toe too, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Lidocaine? Ugh, that stuff burns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's and I'm so aversive to needles. I'm sure you're like super used to them by now. I don't think a needle would bother you.
No,
But
I'm good with needles.
very weird about needles. I think there's a name for that. It's some sort of phobia.
Something.
But so since then, since that surgery, has there been anything else?
I mean, here and there. Like I still have a chronic illness. Like during
that's not
all
going
of that,
away.
That's not going away. And during all of that, they actually found endometriosis too.
What is that?
So that is a.
That sounds like a cell.
Yeah, it's similar to a cell. But endometriosis is a disease where the uterine cells, grow somewhere they're not supposed to. So my uterine cells were actually not growing in my uterus; they were growing on my pelvic floor, which was also causing like a lot of inflammation and contributing a little bit to the intestinal obstructions. But yeah, they found endometriosis too. So between that and the Crohn's disease, like I've just had some like health effects, like of course, that I've had to deal with, some hospitalizations. Like I said, like
when you get sick.
Like when I got sick, got strep throat, like all just stuff got to deal with. And then in 2023 I had a like a scar tissue adhesion too, which required another surgery. But
what does that mean?
It was like some scar tissue got inflamed and was like pushing on my small intestine, and that needed to be relieved with another surgery.
When it rains,
but that's
it pours.
just but that's just because I've had so many surgeries that I have so much scar tissue in there. But they like cleaned it up, like got it all good. Like that was just kind of something that came with it. But like other than a few hiccups here and there, like you've been relatively
normal. Yeah.
Yeah, like I get a job, I can go to school, I hang out with friends,
talk on a podcast.
Traveled, talk on a podcast. Like I can do like so much now.
That's awesome. Wow, that's amazing. Dr. H and Dr. Z.
Dr. H and Dr. Z.
Because I wonder if there is some alternate reality where you're still having these intestinal blockages. Like, that'd just be awful.
Yeah.
It is interesting too. I feel like that does happen where things stack. Like you have Crohn's and then other stuff stems, like the
endometriosis.
Endometriosis. Yeah. Is it endometriosis? That's another thing. Kids have that sometimes. It's where they like basically just crap themselves, but because they like hold it in, or there's other stuff with that. I've had cases with that, but that's awesome. Yeah. So how was like, I mean, this is a pretty crazy journey. So what was it like how did your family, your parents, your sister, your friends, like what were your relationships like during all of this?
Yeah. I mean, when I first got back from the hospital, like in 2018, like going into my sophomore year of high school with an ostomy bag, like having all these rumors going around about me, like people like came up to me and they're like, "We thought you died." I'm like, "What are you talking about right now?" Like I'm right here.
Like I felt like I did, but
yeah. And just like high school girls can be mean. If you've been a high school girl, you know that there are,
or a high school guy, you know, high school girls.
I mean, high school's just hard. Like everyone's going through so much. So
and you're in a weird phase.
There's so much like so many different ages. Like you have like fresh out of middle schoolers and then like about to go to college. Like there's just so much going on in high school. But I lost a lot of friends in high school. I've just like dealt with some bullying. Lost a lot of friends, and I was in and out of the hospital so much that
that makes it hard
being homeschooled. And then COVID hit like a year later, and we all went online, and so I don't know, I didn't really finish my high school experience, and that was really hard on my family too. Of like my dad would stay with my sister, and my mom would like take me to hospitals and surgeries and doctor's appointments.
Yeah,
and that was really hard on my sister to like be left without my mom for a long time. So it was like really hard on my relationships. But I'm really grateful for like I have like some close friends in Santa Barbara who like stuck by me, and my mom and sister like really stuck by me, which is I feel really blessed to have them, and it really strengthened those relationships too. So
that's what I was gonna say. It makes it even more meaningful going through all of that. Wow, that's what a crazy journey.
crazy.
Well, shout out Dr. Z, shout out Dr. H.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So what started, I know, so you said you started high school.
Mm-hmm.
It was tough, which makes sense. That is a weird time and people can be, high school.
It's just high school.
But what started, so the social media posting?
Yeah. So it started as a journal of just like wanting to, like there was just so much happening. Like all the time, like I couldn't remember it all, so I would start with like taking pictures of like charts and things I needed to remember.
And you're like
pictures of,
you're on different drugs and you're like going through
so
like
much stuff to remember. Pictures of like incision sites and IV sites and stuff that my mom wanted to show the doctors and didn't want to forget, like when they came in to talk to them about, like just so much. And then my mom, like we just kept taking pictures. It was just like something that we did. Pictures of me, pictures when people came to visit. And then I started like posting the pictures and just like writing about like what I was going through. And the account was completely private. And it started on Instagram, actually. Completely private. It was just like kind of a photo diary.
You're almost just documenting for yourself.
I don't even know like why I felt like the need to do that, because I hadn't like really seen anyone else doing that. I see people all the time like documenting their health journeys now, and it's really cool and empowering. But at the time I was just like, I just want to post. And then people were like talking to my mom.
How old were you when this started? Was this kind of at the beginning?
Yeah, this started when I was like 15.
Okay.
Yeah, posting.
After Paris or before Paris?
Before Paris.
Okay.
I posted about Paris.
Oh. Look at that.
But then my mom was getting like overwhelmed by like all the texts that she was getting, like updates please, and she was like, Summer, can they follow your Instagram to get the updates? Because I was just like,
your mom's like, I can't keep...
like there's so
Summer,
many
you got too many
text
updates
messages, just from family and like family here, family in Sacramento, like so people started
there's actually, now that I think about it, there's no better way to share it than through social media, because anyone who wants can follow and follow along instead of your mom individually texting everybody.
Texting everyone. So that was like a really good way to like communicate with our community. And then I showed it to my doctor, and he was like, wait, I have some patients that I want them to follow this. Like I think this would be really helpful for some of the other
how powerful
patients.
for people going through it.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. He's like, will you make it public so I can give it to some patients if that's okay with you? HIPAA stuff like we had to talk about. But I ended up making it public, and then it like grew pretty fast to like 1,000 people following me on Instagram, like looking at stuff. And then I was like, I should make a video on TikTok. Like that was around the time where like in COVID,
TikTok kind of became,
where it was like switching from Vine to TikTok kind of thing. And I was like, oh, like maybe I should make a video about what I'm going through on TikTok too. And then posted that. And I just was posting, like nothing was really like happening on TikTok. I was just like sending it to my friends and stuff. Like, this is the updates, this is what's going on. Like I use TikTok more for less about like personal updates and more for like education of like, if my family asks like what's Crohn's disease, I'm like, oh, here's a video that I made on it. Like, here you go.
Which is more helpful than you explaining everything a million times.
And then it was
I could just show them this podcast.
Right. And then it was like my second time around with the ostomy. I made a video explaining how to change an ostomy bag. Yeah. Because there were some people like asking me about like,
which is so interesting, because for most people, like I wouldn't even know that existed.
Right. Yeah.
So that's
Yeah. I had some people that were like asking about it. Some people that were like, I can't get mine to stick. Like, how do you do it? Type of thing. So I just like made a video about like, here are the supplies I use, kind of thing. And you know, it's really crazy when you're scrolling through TikTok and all of a sudden you see someone's intestine sticking out of their body. You are like, what
makes
the
you
heck?
pause. Yeah.
Makes
You're not like a quick like
yeah, but that video, not to brag, but it like hit 23 million views.
Like, that's insane.
It like blew up a lot, and I gained like 100,000 followers. Like,
and like you said, which is I think powerful too, you were proud of it at this point. You're like, this is a part of me. This is my like this has actually helped me.
Yeah, like the second and third time around, I was like, yeah, I love my ostomy. I named it. It was called Stanley the Stoma. A lot of people actually name their ostomy devices for therapeutic reasons.
Part of you, yeah.
Yeah, but I was like, was like, wait, like this is good. This is like bringing awareness to it, especially because in high school I was bullied for having an ostomy bag and like having a poop bag, and they're making fun of me and stuff. And so I was like, wait, no, I need to bring awareness to like, these are life-saving devices. They're not gross. They've been designed to like contain everything and to only help. And so after that video was when I started really being like, wait, no, like I'd really love for this to be like I'm passionate about spreading awareness about Crohn's disease and chronic illness and ostomy bags, because, well, it's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
That you can save someone's life in that way. So
did you have, like, was it before this kind of blew up? I know you said there's other influencers who have that and do that. Did you see that and that helped you sort of feel like before?
There was like a couple women who like I had seen posting about it.
But I don't know if any to the level that yours has been.
I mean,
maybe there are.
Like a little bit. Like I definitely was able to like find them.
Yeah.
Of search up like influencers with ostomies and find them, and they had like,
but to the level
of followers
of visibility that you've got, are there other similar?
There are now, like totally, like am I allowed to name drop them too?
Yeah. You can say whatever you want.
But there's like I think they were always there, or they were just like hard for me to find. Like I'm not the first person to do this, but as I like kind of started making awareness, I had like other ostomates reaching out to me being like, I do the same thing. And then I was finding them. We started popping up on each other's For You pages because of like the niche algorithm and stuff.
Yeah, it is very niche. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like this one creator named Paula, and she's like made it her whole business, and she has a brand called Ostomy Fashion, but it's like spelled like osto-me fashion. And she creates ostomy bag covers for people to like show off their
that's
ostomy
really cool.
bags.
So you can order like a custom.
Yeah, like you can order, like she was like going, I think she made a video the other day, maybe she was going, or her friend was going to a Sabrina Carpenter concert, so she made like a glitter
Carpenter
like a glitter ostomy bag to like show off.
That's awesome.
And then the Miss Canada, like the pageant, one of the finalists there had an ostomy bag. Her name's Sarah Levitt, and she's awesome too. And it was just like, I love seeing these women with ostomy bags just like show it off. They're so confident with it. It's so great for like younger girls with it. And in posting with this, I found 2 other girls in my high school who had ostomy bags.
Is it mostly females who have to get these?
No.
Okay.
I'm just saying that because
they probably just tend to be more on social media than guys
well,
do.
there are some guys on social media too. There's this one guy called Mr. Crohn's and Colitis. He posts all the time about his ostomy bag. He's really great too. Like we all found each other. I'm just like mentioning the women because that's.
Have you met any of these people in person?
Met any of them in person? Oh gosh, no. I've met with some of them on Zoom.
Yeah.
I met with the girls in my high school who had ostomy bags. Like as I started posting, they reached out to me. They're like, I go to your high school and have an ostomy bag.
Oh wow.
And so they're not like
more
common,
but like more so than someone like me before talking to you would ever think.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, when you say like the word ostomy, that can mean like a lot of different things. And like specifically the ileostomy bag is not as common as ostomies. So you have like tracheostomies or like gastrostomies. So it's just any like man-made hole in the body to let something like escape. So like a lot of people.
It's wild how many just things there are to know in the world.
There's so many things. But yeah, like ostomies themselves
is a broad term.
It's a broad term that a lot of people are probably going to end up having in their life. Like, and I think, don't quote me on this because of the statistics. I don't really know them, but it was something like 70% of ostomies are going to be like over the age of 50 or something like that. I forget. I have to go find the statistic.
But the majority tends to be.
But the majority tends to be like older people.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are still like.
So you got a more one because you're young, it's unique, and then also the specific type you got is not as common.
Is unique, yeah. But my sister has had an ostomy.
Really?
Yeah, when she was younger, she had a gastrostomy, which is like a little tube that goes into the stomach, but it's an ostomy. Yeah. So they're a lot more common, but like the specific ileostomy bags, I mean, there's still a lot of people out there with them, and it's been fun to meet all of them and chat with them and see what they're doing and raising awareness and stuff. So
did you meet anybody who had the same experience as you, where they had the J
The J pouch.
And it was put in
I
incorrectly?
haven't met anyone with like that specific. I didn't meet anyone in the study that Dr. H was doing.
I guess it's all there's confidentiality and all sorts of stuff.
But I have like on my TikTok had people be like, "Wait, I'm having the same symptoms. I'm gonna go see this doctor. Like, I think this is what's wrong with me." And so that's been cool to talk with those people too. Not cool. I mean, it sucks to have your J pouch put
but it's
backwards,
awesome
but
that
it's
you
like
give them, hey, this
cool to make
this may
connections.
help explain something, and this is useful information. And if nothing else, it's spreading awareness for something.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. And it's grown quite a bit.
Yeah. It's grown, and I stopped doing it for a while just to finish my degree. But
what's your degree in?
English.
Okay.
Not health.
Not
stuff.
health.
I actually went in as a biology major, like being
Yeah.
like I want to be a doctor, but then I decided I was like I'm not really sure if I'm ready to do like my hours, my clinical hours and stuff. Like I need some time away from hospital space.
Yeah.
Right now, but yeah, had a lot of like friends who are in med school now and stuff, but I switched to English, and now I do books and more books
And more books.
Many books.
Tell me about books.
Tell me about books. Gosh, there's so much I can say about books, but reading was actually like a total escape for me when I was sick, and like especially after COVID when you could have like no visitors and there was like no one coming into the room. Like I read so many books, just in every kind too, like nonfiction, high fantasy, all of it. And like that was like that's all I did was read books. I would write quotes, like motivational quotes I found in my books. I'd put them on my hospital wall and just look at them. But I was like, I've always loved books. I don't want to be a biology major. I want to be an English major. And I focused on the romantic period. It's like Jane Austen. Charlotte Bronte was kind of towards the end of that too. Yeah, like the Enlightenment poets and stuff. Like that was kind of like the era that I really loved and focused on. But yeah, love books.
So what would be your, I know it's obviously, I hate like, what's your favorite? What would be your recommendations for people?
Recommendations.
And it can be, you can do different, like if you're this type of person or if you like this genre.
Yeah, totally. Gosh, I'm trying to think. For nonfiction, I really loved, it's really graphic, so maybe I don't recommend it. But I do recommend it. If you're okay with like graphic stuff, just look up the content warnings. But A House in the Sky by Amanda Lindhout. It's she was a journalist in the Middle East and she got kidnapped, and it's her story about how she got out.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I might have to check that out. That sounds
I mean, it's graphic. She doesn't hold anything back. But that, I was like, there's a quote up there about having hope. She has a quote, I can't remember it now, gosh, but it was on my wall in my hospital room forever. That quote
probably
from Amanda Lindhout.
I don't know if it made you feel better or worse, but you're like, wow, it's, what I'm going through is bad, but whoa.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was just, her story got me through.
What's it called again?
A lot. A House in the Sky.
House in the Sky. Okay.
Yeah. Which is like, I forget how that plays into the story, but it was something like she would have visions of like her house in the sky while she was captive. In captivity.
Yeah. I think both work.
Yeah. I'm an English major, I should know. But yeah, that one is so great. And then if you're not into nonfiction, a great like dystopian sort of Hunger Games-ish vibe type of author is Marie Lu. And she has typically written like middle grade fiction, so like for middle school, high school age groups. But she just came out with her first adult dystopian book, and I bought it yesterday. And I was so
What's it called?
excited to read it. It's called Red City.
Red City.
And my favorite book when I was in middle school is called Legend by Marie Lu. And I read it probably 4 times throughout high school.
That's awesome.
But she said this was like the older brother to Legend, so I was like, I'm getting it. I have to get it right now.
Yeah, it's an author you love. It's older brother to a book you love. It's how do you not read it?
Right. So I got it. Super excited to read it. Yeah. And then another author that I love is Ocean Vuong. He's a poet, but has some really good.
What a cool name.
Novels. Ocean Vuong. I know. he's really cool. I studied him. That's how I found him, was I studied him in one of my classes. And he wrote On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous, which is like his most popular novel. And then he just released a new novel, but he has a lot of poetry books too. And his poems are just fantastic.
They just hit.
I think he's fantastic. Just like, gosh, those poems make me cry. Just so emotional. I could talk about literature like all day, but yeah.
No, it is really amazing how powerful it can be when you read and connect with something. And
yeah, totally. I actually took a class on it, like a psychology class on literature specifically, about like how our brains have these like crazy chemical reactions to literally ink on a page. Like it's just I imagine it's words.
Similar with music too and other stuff, because it's, I mean, that's just sound, you know?
Yeah.
And wow.
Yeah, like literally just like words.
So do you want to be a writer? Is that where we're going towards?
I'd love to be a writer.
Is that
I'd love to be a writer. I'm writing like a memoir type book about all of this right now. It's an epistolary novel, which means it's
please tell me in English.
It's a collection of letters that I'm writing.
Interesting. That's an interesting concept.
Eventually put together like the whole story. I got the idea from Miss Jane Austen herself. She has a great epistolary novella called Lady Susan. It's underrated. I love it. That's another recommendation. Go read Lady Susan.
I like that though. That's like when I was saying experimental can be used in a good way sometimes. That feels like a more experimental style.
Yeah, totally. So working on that. Would love to be a writer, but also trying to get into
please let me know
publishing
whenever this book does happen.
Yeah.
I'd love to read it. Yeah. So long-term goal, maybe write some books, work on the publishing side. What does that mean? Side.
Yeah, so publishing, there's so much that goes into publishing. Oh gosh, because you have the writer and the agents and like so many different kinds of editors and graphic design team, sales team, marketing teams, all this. I mean, dream goal would be to like be a marketing director for books, like just getting books out there. Like I'm really passionate about like accessibility of books and literature and stuff. And so, like getting the books out into the world. I think it'd be really cool to be an acquisitions editor too, which are the people like making the calls, like what books the publishing house is going to acquire. Which would be super cool. But just finished an internship in the publishing industry, so I'm like applying to jobs and
you're on a good path.
Publishing houses and stuff. So
do you want to stay in California?
I'd go anywhere.
Okay.
I'd go anywhere.
You're open?
I'm open to anywhere.
Awesome.
I'd go to Europe.
Do you feel yeah, you're like, actually, please, Europe. Do you feel strongly for your preference of reading paper versus Kindle or digital forms?
I like paper because I like the smell of the books.
You open a good book, you just
like a new book or like an old book, honestly, like the parchment old book, like oh my gosh, the special collections room.
You really do love books.
I do love books. And I love going to the special collections room and the libraries at UCLA where they have like the original copies of old books. I'm just like, it smells so good. I do. I really
like
love
Summer,
books.
we're closing. You've been in here for 10 hours. You gotta go home.
You gotta leave. No, but you have to like, order the books ahead of time, and they set them up with like the special stuff to keep them preserved and all that. It's fun.
Yeah.
But I forgot what the question was.
It was, do you have a strong preference, or how do you feel about paper versus
I love
electronic?
Paper, but I mean, audiobooks, electronic books are great. Audiobooks in the car. Put on audiobook in the car.
I've never tried an audiobook.
Oh, try an audiobook in the car.
Maybe I should. I listen to a lot of podcasts and music, but I don't know. I don't know if I'd like. I feel like I like books to be like to read them. I feel like it'd throw me off hearing, but can't knock it till I try it.
It's just like a story. It's like your parents reading your book to you before bed.
You feel like a little kid again. Yeah.
While I'm driving.
I also do really prefer paper, but the Kindle is it's so much easier.
It's so convenient
to bring around, and but there is something about paper that it's
totally.
just a different feel.
Yeah, no, I might need to switch to Kindle if my bookshelf can't take it anymore.
Yeah, that's also the physical storage of it.
I know. It's like still in California, and I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna move all these.
Where? So if you could decide where you were gonna move, where would you go? if you had an opportunity and they're like, hey, we'll put you up wherever you want, we'll pay for it.
Yeah. I mean, I think like in the like long term, I want to be here in Nashville, like with my family.
Okay.
Is like I want to be near family. I want to raise like a family near my mom and stuff. But I think it'd be like super cool if like for a year or two, 3, like before, like marriage and kids and stuff, to like live in Europe somewhere would be so awesome.
Where at?
Super exciting. Gosh, I don't know. I went to Germany, France, and the Netherlands over the summer, and I love the Netherlands. And then my roommate traveled in Denmark, and she was like, love the Denmark, and they were pretty close together. So we were like thinking it'd be fun to like move there together or something for just like a year or two.
Yeah,
would be fun.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. So since Paris, you've gone Germany, France, Netherlands. Have you gone anywhere else, or do you have any upcoming trips?
Maybe going to Malta.
Oh,
which would be really
very
cool.
small.
Very small.
Little island.
Would be fun.
Bottom of Italy.
Yeah, be fun. But you're going to Italy soon.
I am. Yeah, I'm excited
to get married, right?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's so exciting.
I'm very excited. I'm gonna go to Istanbul on the front end.
Oh, cool.
I've been wanting to go to Turkey, and then we're trying to figure out honeymoon. We may go somewhere in Africa and do a safari.
Oh,
so
I've never heard of it.
It'll be a fun.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a travel agent, so she's
nice.
Pretty open and adventurous, so it should be fun. But yeah, I'm really excited to go back to Italy.
Yeah.
But I've actually I'm doing a master's program right now.
Oh, cool.
And it's through Lund University, which is in Lund, Sweden. It's you fly into Copenhagen, you take a short train. There's a train that goes over the ocean. Yeah. It's called the Ormstud Strait or something like that, between Denmark and Sweden. But so I've been all those Scandinavian countries. Yeah. I've gone 3 times this year to Sweden, and they're fantastic. That'd be awesome to live there.
That'd be so cool.
They're expensive, but I mean, so is California.
Yeah. But just like the experience would be so fun.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. How do you think, like, is that something you can make work?
I think I can make it work. Yeah. I was actually just looking at master's programs at Oxford.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
In the UK. So that'd be an option too.
Yeah. So you want to do something school-wise to live in Europe?
School-wise or anything, just to live
anything, just any excuse.
It'd be cool to do like publishing though.
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of stuff is remote too. So.
Well, I've known a lot of people. I mean, not so much those countries. They have such a high proficiency in English, but a fair amount of people who go to like Spain and other stuff, and they teach English to kids.
Yeah.
And they get to live there.
Yeah.
And you're an English major.
It's true. I am.
So that could be another route if nothing else.
I wish I could speak another language.
You don't need to for these positions. So the people I know, so it's English only speaking classes.
Oh,
and the whole class is in English, and you're just teaching these kids. So you don't need to know another language. And that's a thing that exists in different countries through the world.
That'd be something to look at.
So just another option.
Yeah, another option.
But yeah, so social media, that's like millions and millions of views. How's it putting up with comments? Because I get a little butthurt sometimes. I don't even have that many. What's up, Jack?
What's up?
Someone said like everyone has a podcast. I'm like, shut up.
You just kind of gotta put them to the side. Just like, okay, just gonna hide that one. That's fine. I get really weird comments of like.
I bet you do.
Weird men saying weird things. Just. Nope, I'm just gonna delete that one, report, block, not pay attention to it. But there's also like, I would never turn off comments because I also get so many people that are like,
they're positive or
they're so
this
positive,
helped me.
or like this helped me, or like, what was the name of the surgeon? I'm having these symptoms, like I want to go see them, kind of thing. Of like, yes, like this is exactly why I'm doing it, to like help those people who have ostomies, who have Crohn's disease, who are or kids with have kids with Crohn's disease, or like, oh, my mom has this, she can't figure out how to get her ostomy bag to stick, do you have any recommendations? Like,
this seems to be a common issue. The ostomy bag not sticking.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like adhesive. It's like a sticker on your body, and you have to switch it like every 3 days. But sometimes if you like go swimming or do a workout, like you can do those things. But if like the seal isn't perfect, then like water could get underneath it and stuff. Or if your skin is having like an allergic reaction to the adhesive, which happened to me. I had to like switch like the whole brand I was using, switch all the products I was using. It took a lot of trial and error. But yeah, like once you get your system down, like it just becomes part of your routine.
Is there
with the
anything
ostomy bag, so.
particularly crazy or interesting about the ostomy, or just anything you went through that you think like would just shock people?
I mean, I don't think it's as, I think people think it's really limiting, the ostomy bag, of like, oh,
Well, I know you
you
just
have
said that,
the,
like swimming and working out in my
no,
head. That
you
was,
can totally work out.
yeah.
You can totally swim. Like people do triathlons and marathons and stuff like that. Like honestly, I just, let's see, I made a video about this like a couple weeks ago about like the differences between the J pouch and the ostomy bag. Like the ostomy bag, like you you don't necessarily like need to find a bathroom. Whereas like with the J pouch, it's like you got to go to the bathroom, and like because you have such a
Yeah.
short metabolism, like you got to go all the time. So you always have to be near a bathroom. Like I could never go on like a backpacking trip.
Mm.
Like
And Europe's lousy with bathrooms, so that might be
yeah,
another problem.
yeah. But with the like with the ostomy bag, like you don't necessarily need to be
Yeah.
near a bathroom. Like it can be convenient at times. Um yeah. So they're definitely not as limiting. You can go swimming, you can
Good.
travel,
I'm
you can
glad
go
they're not
back,
that limiting.
yeah, you can go backpacking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like,
It's actually, in some ways, you're saying not having it's more limiting if you have.
yeah, I think it just depends on your lifestyle, and also like the medical plan
Yeah.
that your doctors have for you and stuff, of like if it is temporary or permanent, or if the Crohn's disease is just going to keep attacking the rest of your intestines, like then you're going to want to stay with the ostomy bag. It was just like for me personally, the J pouch was like a better option, especially going into like school and stuff. Um and I think the age I was at also made it so that I didn't want the ostomy bag. But looking back on it, like now, I'm like, yeah, like okay, it like made fart noises sometimes that I couldn't
Yeah.
control, and sometimes leaks. But like if I didn't tell you about it, like you would never know it was there. But I wanted to tell people about
Yeah.
it.
Well, it is
'Cause,
funny how
yeah,
weird people get about things too, and how
yeah,
like sometimes just words are weird. And I work in a field, like I said, child abuse and neglect,
mm-hmm,
and like I can't, like we tell people all the time, like penis and vagina are bad words, but sometimes people hear those words and like,
yeah,
like it's okay to say things
yeah.
and say words and things that exist. Like
No, totally. Like I am. Am I allowed to say bad words on here?
you're allowed to.
Okay. But I have like um a whole like playlist on my TikTok called Let's Talk Shit. And it's all about ending what I call the shit stigma of like everyone does it. Let's just talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay, like why,
It's true though. It's
like,
weird how
why do you think my ostomy bag is so gross? Because it's full of poop.
when you're doing the same shit.
You poop all the time. Like, come on. Like, it's not that different. Like, let's just all say we all poop and call it a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel really passionately about that. Like,
I love that. What's on the playlist?
no, it's just like
Oh, it's just
like
the name of the playlist.
It's the name of the playlist called Let's Talk Shit, and then I have like a bunch of videos underneath it about just like the shit stigma and like what it,
yeah,
like the effects of like there
but
being
it
a
is
shit stigma
it is
in a
weird how
society.
weird people get.
Right.
So stigma is the right word.
Stigma. Yeah.
Like we like to pretend like a lot of things don't exist.
Yeah, or like when people are like, "Don't talk about poop on the internet." I'm like, "Well, do you not poop? Do you not?"
Like 23 million views later.
Yeah. Like, sorry, I'm gonna keep talking about it because, like, I want, like, it should be talked about, or else it's gonna like cause more.
Well, especially like
problems.
you said, like you felt, and you didn't use this word, but I'll use the label insecure. Like when it first happened, understandably.
Yeah.
Like this is like
No, totally. It's like a 15-year-old girl.
Yeah.
I was like super insecure. Like didn't want to wear. Everyone's like wearing crop tops and tight clothes and all that stuff, and I was like, I don't want to do any of this, and now I feel left out and stuff like that. But yeah, I think insecure is the right word, and I like as I grew up and learned, I just figured out that like it's not something that you have to be embarrassed about. It's actually something that just signifies my strength of like, yeah, I don't have a colon and I made it through, and it's all thanks to
or an
this
appendix.
Right, or an appendix. It's all thanks to this little thing on my stomach.
Yeah.
Stanley the stoma.
Well, I love your perspective on it. It is really good. So what, I guess I'll ask two questions. So what advice would you give to someone more specifically kind of going through what you have or Crohn's disease or what you've been through, and then what, I guess, more general advice would you give to anyone who's dealing with complex medical issues?
Yeah. I think like specifically for people with Crohn's disease, with IBD or IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome, is just like, I think because of the shit stigma, there's like stigma around IBD and IBS, and just like, who cares what other people think is like my thing of like, you need to make sure that you're healthy, make sure that like you're keeping yourself, you're healing yourself and making sure that you're okay. So like when you have to go to a public bathroom, like who cares that you're going to be in the bathroom for whatever 20 minutes, like it doesn't matter.
Don't make yourself be uncomfortable if...
and I just like, if you have IBD or IBS, like you are so strong to like deal with like the hard to eat, hard to go to the bathroom, the pain, the bleeding, like all of this stuff. Like don't let the society shit stigma keep you from healing.
Let's talk
yourself. Let's talk shit. Like I'm like, seriously. Yes. And then just for like the greater like people going through like health adversity is just I hate like toxic positivity. Like the people...
what does that mean?
Like when I was in the hospital, like people would come in and they would just be like, it's gonna be okay, like just keep praying, like, and all like good things to like say. But like when like the fourth visitor would come in and be like, you're gonna be okay, like you're so strong, I'd be like, I don't want to be strong anymore, like I just want this to be over. And I'd start getting angry about like, I just wish people would let me be angry and like I didn't have to put on a brave face. And I think it's like,
yeah, like maybe this does suck and it's okay to acknowledge that this totally sucks.
Like I think it's okay. Like I want to say that like the advice is like to just be strong, like just be hopeful, but also like let yourself feel the feelings about your health that you need to. And it's okay to be angry about the situation. It's okay to be sad about the situation and like yell about the situation. Like one of the like in 2019, someone came in and she was like, are you angry? Like a visitor. It was like one of my mom's friends. I was like, yeah, I'm angry.
And
she was like, let's yell about it. Like, tell me why you're angry. And honestly, that was like, that stuck with me like more than any of like the other people. Like it was so therapeutic to be like, it's okay to be angry about this. And yes, I'm strong. Yes, I have hope that I can get through this. But also, it's okay to be angry. And so if you are struggling with health issues and all this, trying to be hopeful, trying to be strong, it's okay to be angry too.
Yeah. Well, there's my dad's always said this, but I think it's a really powerful saying. It's some version of like, if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. So it's like when you're unhealthy, that's all you can focus on is trying to be healthy. Like it doesn't mean you obviously literally don't have anything, but it's hard to like that's all you want when you're sick or is to feel better. Yeah. So it's really I've been grateful to not have anything too crazy, but what a crazy, like years and years of your life in and out of hospitals and still exists to an extent. Wild. Well, on a more positive note, what else, what are you really excited about? I know we've talked about books, we've talked about travel. Is there anything else, or we could talk more about those?
Well, I'm just excited to like keep doing stuff like this, keep spreading awareness about Crohn's disease and IBD and ostomies too, even though I don't have one anymore. And also just I'm excited to keep writing my book and get that published and out there and stuff.
I mean, that's gonna be a really cool.
It'll be fun. It's a lot of work. It's gonna be probably like another year before I can query it. But
I feel like you're a person. You're not gonna put a now that we're cursing, a half-assed product out there. It's gonna be dialed.
I'm just excited to like keep sharing my story because like there are a lot of like I said, there's like a lot of people with ostomies, a lot of people with IBD or just chronic illnesses in general. Just like I think it's important to share our stories and end the stigmas around them. So
100%. Yeah. It's really powerful. So what does that look like? So obviously book is a good way to spread awareness. You're posting on TikTok, coming on this super famous, not so much podcast. What else does that look like to keep spreading awareness, or has there been other stuff you've done as well?
Yeah, I've like given talks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like with some organizations just about my story, which has been cool, but like TikTok, um, books, podcast. Like I think it's just like talking to as many people as possible.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, and it's
yeah.
it's awesome too because you are really passionate about it.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, like I even feel inspired, and I don't have a chronic illness, and I'm like, but it's even for people who don't. So like me, it's a really powerful perspective, and I think it puts in perspective how grateful people who are healthy should be to be healthy. And then if we know someone going through anything like that, how like we should be supportive and understand that it's difficult and rough and all the other things that come with it. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Everyone has their thing though. Like everyone goes through stuff, whether that's health stuff or family stuff or like even like what you do with like child abuse. Like those kids could be healthy, but they're still going through one of the hardest things they're ever going to go through. And it's
yeah. Not to,
like, it's not like chronic illness.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to, minimize. It's just, it is a different perspective.
Yeah.
And
but like,
I told you I had a cold 2 weeks ago and it was hardly anything. I'm like, this is
no, but it's like, I was like, we all go through something and it's like, you're like saying like, oh, like a lot. I haven't gone through that, but it's like you have gone through stuff in your life and stuff. And it's like, I think anyone has a story to share and everyone like has strength in their story.
100%. Well, that's what's been so cool about doing this podcast is there's so many people with interesting stories. Even people like just friends I've had. How often do you sit down and talk to someone for an hour or 2 hours and just hear their story? And it's really amazing how weird we all are and the things we like and the things we talk about. And I mean, that is what makes stuff pretty amazing. Yeah. Well, I guess we could go down this route too. So like everyone does have their thing and things to deal with. How do we live a good life? How do we get through these things? What tools do we have? It is a big question.
Gosh, I just think that like relationships and community are so important. Like when you're facing adversity, that there was a study done. Can't remember where I saw it.
You have to quote it exactly.
I have to quote it exactly. But there was something about like when someone went through something traumatic, if they had community to process it with afterwards, they were like something like 5 times, 7 times less likely to develop PTSD than someone who developed it with no one or who processed it with no one. And like I have totally seen that in my experience and like totally agree with that like community is everything, and being able to share like your sorrows and your joys like with I'm quoting my pastor in that, gotta give him credit, but like to be able to like share your sorrows and joys like with your friends, with your community, with your family is so important. And it's just so important for like coping with things that you go through. And it's like, even if it's just like being honest with people, like even if you just like sit down like this for an hour, share about stuff, it's like that is so it's important, and it's gonna like transform the healing journey. And like we said with the doctors, like if you had a doctor who was like really attentive and like compassionate, that changes the healing trajectory than like a doctor that just walks away.
Just your entire experience. But it's true. I mean, connection is, and honestly that would be my answer too, is relationships. And how I cope with investigating child abuse is the relationships I have. And so my background, I majored in psychology and criminology. I do also really like to read, but I'm very weird. I only read nonfiction, and I only read usually like psychology related books. But there's a really good book called The Happiness Hypothesis, and it's these Harvard researchers. It's the longest study on happiness, which obviously is a pretty subjective term, but they've tracked like families and people for I think over 100 years or something crazy like that. And pretty much what they come back to is what makes people happy is relationships. Yeah. And also what makes people live longer. And loneliness is a huge predictor of all-cause mortality, which is wild too. Like people die sooner when they're lonely. Yeah.
Yeah. That's wild. I totally believe it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess what's the point of any of this? That's why, what is it called when they throw in prison, like where they throw you in an isolated cell? What's it? Solitary confinement. I mean, that's torture.
Yeah.
Like totally. You'll start losing your mind. It's Yeah, no,
Yeah, no,
relationships are super
connection is
important.
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. So
connection and books.
find your people. Connection in books. Yeah.
I think that actually though, and I mean obviously not as dramatic as connection, but having a hobby or something creative you like doing.
Yeah, totally. No, like I think having like when you go through something traumatic or you're dealing with mental health, like having a creative outlet is so important. We actually have a friend. I don't know if they've announced this, so I'm not gonna like say too much about it, but we have a friend in California who's like studying like mental health and creative outlets and how they like having a creative outlet is so helpful. But yeah, like it's super cool
Yeah.
and to like look at, and so important to have like something creative to do, like writing, reading, art, something like
I mean,
that.
almost just anything to get out of your own head.
Mm-hmm.
And I like for me, working out probably is my biggest like keep me sane, and I love that feeling where I'm like I hit a good run and I'm just not thinking about work, and I'm just like that's all I'm focused on. Like it's nice to it's like a healthy escape, I guess.
Yeah.
Because life can be hard, and like you said, we all go through things, and I mean, yeah, it's a I see how people get cynical and mean. Maybe like some doctors aren't always the friendliest, but it's also not too hard to be nice and make people feel comfortable and other things. So I don't know. Do we just solve all of life's problems?
No. but that's okay. I don't think we solved all of life's problems.
What are we doing on this floating rock in the middle of nowhere somewhere?
But I think that, I don't know, the more we talk about it, the more that we can maybe not solve all of life's problems, but like definitely help cope with all of life's problems and stuff, which is really cool.
Well, I think we'll just always have problems.
Yeah.
Our goal should just be to have better problems.
Better problems, or just good people and good outlets when we do face them. So, yeah, totally. I mean, yeah, family and friends and something to do.
Are you sure we didn't just solve all of life's problems?
Maybe.
I think we figured it out. Tell your friends, tell your family you love them.
Yeah. Connect with them. Go do something creative with them.
Yeah,
totally.
Even better. Double dose. What else is there?
dose.
What other healthy habits that keep you sane or grounded?
I love to cook.
Ooh.
Cooking is fun.
What's cooking been like for you?
Is fun.
What do you like to cook?
I'm a horrible cook. I shouldn't cook.
You just enjoy
I enjoy cooking, and when I'm
you don't want to eat your food.
When I'm in like a nice kitchen, I'm like, okay, like this is fun, and I like cooking, I like getting all the ingredients, and then my roommate has to come save it.
What is there anything though that you cook that you think is pretty good, or it's all just
again, I stole this recipe from my roommate. She's like an actual cook. But yeah, we do like a really good like pesto linguine roux type thing. Like throw some shrimp or chicken in there.
Okay.
Super good.
Get some protein in there.
Yeah. No, but like that's the most I can do. My roommate does like pumpkin goat cheese ravioli, and I'm like, where did you even come up with this?
That sounds so
and it's
good
the
though.
Best thing I've ever eaten.
Is she in culinary school, or she just really
No, she's not in culinary school. She just loves to cook.
She must really love to cook, because pumpkin goat cheese ravioli,
right? Like, where do you even come up with
that's
that?
like Michelin level.
Right. She loves to cook. It's amazing.
What a great quality to have in a roommate.
Right?
I wish I had a roommate that loved to cook.
No, so awesome. Like, always smells so good. I'm like, Clarice is cooking again. But yeah, cooking, reading, hanging out with friends, all great outlets to have.
Traveling every now and then.
I love to travel. I love airplanes. Fun fact about me.
I kind of do too.
Obsessed with airplanes.
Wait, obsessed with airplanes, or you really like flying?
No, I'm obsessed with airplanes.
In what way?
Like, I have airplane trading cards in my purse right now.
In your pocket?
No, I'm serious. Like, you want to see them?
Yeah.
These are my.
Wait, what do you mean airplane trading cards? Like they're like people have trading cards for like baseball players?
You can trade them with the pilots. Sometimes the pilots will be.
So this is like a if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. I think they're in here. That would be so sad if they weren't. No, they're in here. Here you go. Airplane trading cards.
This is so cool. A321. Is it all Delta?
Yeah. Those
Wait,
are the
how
ones
do
that
you
give trading cards.
how do you
I don't know if
acquire
any
these?
other airline. You just like as you're walking on the plane, just like if you're on a Delta flight, I don't know if any other airlines do them.
This is so cool.
But if you're on a Delta flight, as you're walking on a plane, just tell the flight attendant, just be like, does the pilot have any training cards? And she'll be like, go ask him. If he's like has them and so has like said that he'll give them out and stuff. But it's funny, like sometimes like the really nice pilots will like fan them out for you and be like, you can pick one.
How many of these are there?
Gosh, there's so many. I don't know, but that's how
I had no idea this existed.
Yeah, and usually they
I
give
love that you keep it in your purse for like no purpose other than you just like
show
to
people. I love airplanes.
That would make my dad very happy. He travels a lot. He loves Delta.
Yeah, no, it's great. I know I have so many 737s because they usually give you the plane that you're on, and usually with Delta you're flying a 737. But I've flown
that's a tinier one, right?
The A320s aren't tiny, but this one's a little smaller. The A220.
Maybe that's what I was thinking of.
It's a little tiny.
I gotta get
flown on this one. A pilot just gave it to me, and he was like, "I
Oh.
have this really cool, and it's rare."
It's rare.
I want that one.
I gotta get my airplane knowledge up.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite type of plane?
Oh, okay. I love the 747. This is fun. You just like
Open up a rabbit hole?
Yeah, totally. The 747, not flown by a lot of airlines anymore, like at all. They were like too big for like domestic flights. And then as international travel got to be like a lot more, they like released the Airbuses and stuff that had a lot more seats, and the 747 just became too small.
It was
like,
kind of in a weird middle.
It can make it, but there's not enough seats for the demand for international travel. So only 2, maybe 3, I think it might be 2 or 3 airlines still fly them. And it's Korea Airlines and Lufthansa. And when I went to Germany this summer,
You've got to fly.
I got to fly on the 747, which Lufthansa is discontinuing and moving to Airbus. So this was like my last chance to fly. It was so cool. I was so excited. And it's like this, they're really funny because it's like looks like a normal plane, but then the cockpit is on the 2nd floor. So it's like
the cockpit's on the so there's 2 floors?
There's 2 floors, but no passenger seats on the 2nd floor, I don't think.
Interesting.
And so it's like, but they look really funny because they're like all big and then they go down and flat. They're really fun to look at.
I love that you love airplanes.
I love airplanes.
So random.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying like you like flying.
No, I love airplanes.
Well, you also like flying probably by extension, but it's the planes.
I like flying, but it's the planes. Like I will just go. There's this beach in LA called Dockweiler, where
it's like instead of like bird spotting, you're plane spotting.
Right. But the flights taking off from LAX fly right over it, and it is so cool. You just like lay there, and it's just like huge planes, and you got big planes taking off from LAX. You got like the A380s, like the double-decker Emirates planes taking off.
I was gonna say, do you have a dream like, you know, you see those crazy suites with the showers and stuff? Is that on the bucket list of doing one of those?
That would be really cool. Like to fly on an A380 would be super cool. I haven't flown on one yet.
I don't know what plane I'm flying to Istanbul. I think it's an older model though, but I booked it with credit card points, one way, lie flat, business class. It's a $4,000 seat.
Whoa.
I got it for 65,000 points.
Whoa.
Which I got like a credit card bonus. So that's like $650 equivalent. I'm so excited. I'm gonna get lie flat, get the good meals, like maybe champagne at the start.
Right.
But I think it's an older plane.
What airline is it?
It's Turkish Airlines.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What airlines?
No,
or what
no one does.
planes they have, but I know that like Qatar Airlines and what's it called, Emirates Airlines fly the A380s. Those are like the double deckers that have like the passenger seats on the second floor too. Like going upstairs you got to go upstairs to find your seat. Like,
well,
that's crazy.
I wonder if you know what plane this is. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I know it's interesting. So I flew my last trip to Sweden, which was it was actually the beginning of this month, which is time is so weird. But I went to Dublin on the back end. I like to do trips. And I flew, they have a direct Aer Lingus to Nashville flight.
Oh, no way.
But the plane, so from Dublin to Nashville, it was just 3 seats on each side. So it felt a little bigger, but not really than just like a normal domestic flight would be. But it made it that far. And one of the flight attendants was telling me something interesting about how like the fuel is on this thing. Like they recently did an advancement that it's able to go that far.
I don't know. I know the 737s are 3 and 3, but I've never been in a 777, but those are the Boeings that go across the pond.
Yeah.
Could have been triples. I've never been in one. I don't know what the seats are like in that one.
It might have been, yeah, but it was interesting. It was so weird being because it was like a 9-hour flight.
Yeah.
And
you're just like sitting
but it was
there.
so nice. I had
you don't have the floor in
I had
the middle.
nobody next to me, and it was so nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Took a little nap. It was good.
That's super
So where do you want to go that you haven't been? What's on our travel bucket list?
Gosh, I really, really want to go to like the coast of Spain and Italy, like Barcelona, Malta.
If you're at Malta, might as well just
Right. No, Malta would be so fun. It's still in the works. I don't know if we're gonna go.
Why Malta?
One of my friends has citizenship there.
Oh, she has citizenship of Malta? How?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's such a small. That's like one of the smallest countries there is.
I think it's citizenship or something like that. I don't know if I'm allowed to say much about it, but
Oh, Tom said he's here to pick you up. Well, we can wrap up
so
soon.
Okay.
But where else do you want to go? Travel us.
Malta would be super cool, and then I'd really love to go to Japan.
Oh yeah, that's high on
Fun
mine.
fact: I had a Make-A-Wish granted for all of the health stuff, and my Make-A-Wish was to go to Japan for the Tokyo Olympics, but it was in the middle of COVID.
No.
And so they were like, we can't take a bunch of chronically ill children.
It's like the last thing
Japan
we could do is
in COVID. Like, no, this isn't gonna happen. So they were like, but we can still do your wish. You just have to choose something within the United States. So I got to meet the 49ers.
Oh, that's
All
really
of
cool
them.
though.
It was awesome. It was
No offense to them, but Tokyo would have been even more insane.
Yes, but I got to meet Brock Purdy on his first starting game.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
It was awesome. Shook Nick Bosa's hand. George Kittle told me to sit with his family, and then the Make-A-Wish lady was like, "No, you actually can't do that for like legal reasons."
Like before a game or a practice or?
Yeah, so I got to like take a tour of the stadium with the team, like see their practice like
awesome.
The Saturday before a game, and then Sunday like got to like go down the field. Like Kyle Shanahan gave me a hug. What? I never.
You're like, is life real?
Yeah, I was like, this is wild. So awesome. And it was against the Buccaneers in Tom Brady's last season, so I got to see Tom Brady too.
Yeah.
I'm a huge football fan.
So you're 49ers, that was your
49ers, they're my team. My grandpa wouldn't allow me to root for any other team. You've met my grandpa. Die hard. And Tim, honestly. But
love it.
Yeah, love the 49ers. So that was great. But yeah, Japan would be cool to go to.
Yeah. I think Japan would be super cool. I'm just gonna text Tom back. I feel bad. Yeah, Japan's really high on my list. I feel like you have to make that like a whole trip because there's so many different areas.
Yeah.
Like you got to dedicate a few weeks.
Totally.
But yeah, well, we covered a lot. I feel bad.
Yeah.
Tom's waiting outside.
No, all good.
So
Japan and the 49ers.
Japan and the 49ers.
End.
Yeah, I think we covered a lot. We covered books, planes, 49ers, Japan, travel, obviously a lot of health stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for this book. Whenever if it's a year, if it's 6 months, whatever it is.
I have a first draft.
That's good. When did you start this project?
I started this like maybe 4 years ago, and I've been like editing it, working on it a lot, but I want it to be like perfect before I send it. And then I was like also doing my degree and writing my thesis and all like this crazy stuff. So it's taken a while, but now that I'm like graduated, I'm like, I'm going to write the book, or I'm going to edit the book and write the second draft. Like it's going to be good. It's going to be great.
That's awesome. Well, can't wait to see it. Thank you again for agreeing to do this. This is so cool.
Yeah, this is really fun.
So I'm going to end it. We'll go get Tom, but
cool.
All right.